Angimitra would have about it. Angimitra, the floor is yours.
A very good evening to the lovely audience present here, and thanks to Calcutta Club, Telegraph and Dr. Kunal Sarkar for making me part of this prestigious debate. I'll be speaking against the motion that is Bengal is a victim of failed federalism. একটা কবিগুরু রবীন্দ্রনাথ ঠাকুরের ওই গানটা মনে পড়ছে, বিধির বাঁধন কাটবে তুমি এমন শক্তিমান, তুমি কি এমন শক্তিমান, আমাদের ভাঙা গড়া তোমার হাতে এমন অভিমান, চিরদিন টানবে পিছে চিরদিন রাখবে নিচে, এত বল নাই রে তোমার সবে না সেই টান। I wonder, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and his team, when they were writing the Constitution, whether they heard about this song of Kobiguru Rabindranath Tagore. But true that our Constitution has bound the states with the union government in such a strong, invisible bond, which is very, very difficult to break. The members of the Constituent Assembly were very cautious of not using the word center or central government in the Constitution, as they intended to keep away the tendency of centralizing of powers in one unit. After independence, every state in India started their journey forward towards development, taking the Constitution as the guardian, as their partner. Development means employment, and employment means industrialization. And that time, when Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was the industry minister, West Bengal was among the leading states in the context of industrialization. Another state which was extremely developed was Bombay Pradesh, which is today's Maharashtra and Gujarat. Maharashtra and Gujarat today have maintained their development graph. Another new state has come up, which is not a BJP ruled state, it's a regional party ruled state, and that is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu has 4 times the industry that of West Bengal today. Maharashtra and Gujarat has 3 times the industry that of West Bengal today. So we started the journey together. Then why did we falter? There were many reasons. And one of the reasons was, in the 50s, the freight equalization policy, which gave the first blow to the state. There were other reasons. Lack of infrastructure. And the main thing, left government's anti-industry policy. Every day we woke up to hartal, band, gherao. And by the time, at the end of 34 years, when the left government realized that they had to change their policy to pro-government, today's government and the then opposition questioned their land policy and destroyed their effort. I want to ask you one question. When parents have 2 children and they are giving the same infrastructure, same facility, same school, same tutor to both the children, one excels and the other fails, then whose fault it is? By the end of CPM government, TMC government came up, and it can be best explained by Shukumar Rai's one poem, which I want to tell it in front of you. Right now, what is happening in West Bengal, শিব ঠাকুরের আপন দেশে আইন কানুন সর্বনেশে, কেউ যদি পা পিছলে পড়ে পেয়াদা এসে পাকড়ে ধরে, কাজীর কাছে হয় বিচার 21 টাকা দণ্ডটার। Crores of money are being sent from the center to the state for the upliftment of the poor, the destitute, through the yojnas, through the projects. But this money is not reaching the poor. It is being stolen by this corrupt government. Is stealing written in the Constitution? I want to ask Mr. Banerjee, Mr. Sarkar, is it there in the Constitution? You are questioning about failed federalism when your money is being stopped by the center. You have the audacity to change the name of the projects. Why? There are certain rules you need to follow. There is Orissa, which is also a non-BJP government state. They have been following all rules, and the people are getting benefit of that. When we talk about industrialization, for employment we need industrialization, and for industrialization we need peace. But today's West Bengal, when we wake up in the morning with the sound of bomb, from 8 to 80, 6 to 60, people are getting killed, children are getting killed in bombs, arms and ammunition. And when we ask why, when we ask for the help from the central government, why can't the NIA intervene? Then West Bengal government cries of blame game of failed federalism. Today also the Honorable Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah ji, was in Calcutta. He spoke at length to the state government. 72 BSF chowkis aren't being given the land, repeatedly being asked from the state government. Why aren't you giving the land? BSF is there to protect West Bengal and in turn protect the people of India. We can understand why state government is reluctant not to give the fencing in the international border. The business, the flourishing business of cow smuggling, fake currency, fentanyl, drugs, how will it be possible? So, left has also done the same thing. They have repeatedly opposed the central government, and the same thing is being done by this government. Sometimes I wonder whether West Bengal is a country or is it a state? When a bill becomes a law, it should be followed by all states of the country. But over here, the government says, no, I will not allow CAA in West Bengal. Do you have the power to do that? And you cry of failed federalism? Our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has always been given stress and importance to federal structure. Recently, when India took over the presidency of G20, Honorable Prime Minister called all the chief ministers and they had a meeting to exchange ideas. We had the Planning Commission, which has been replaced by Niti Aayog, which is there to give support to the states, and it is not like before, forcing your decisions on the state. It is about a relationship of cooperation and partnership. But some people never realize, and the wicked never listens to the wise. Some people never understand that a strong India needs a strong state, and a weak West Bengal makes a weak India. Some people have their own agenda of going against the central government and specifically going against Mr. Narendra Modi ji at the cost of being against the country. I want to end my talk with Winston Churchill's few lines, which says, when there is no enemy within, the enemies outside cannot hurt you. So let's stand up and let's build a federal structure of cooperation and understanding so that Gokhaleji's that saying, what Bengal thinks today, India thinks tomorrow, once again becomes true. Thank you so much.
Well spoken, Angimitra. and you were absolutely forthright, clear-cut. But since you mentioned Winston Churchill, I'll tell you a story about Winston Churchill, that fresh from his victory over, part of the Allied forces in the Second World War, Churchill was so confident and smug in the forthcoming elections that he didn't even go out to campaign. He said, I've got the better of Hitler. I'm the victor of the Second World War. Do I need to go out to the constituency and campaign that, you have to re-elect me as your prime minister? Churchill thought that was given. 3 months before the general elections in UK, came out the promise of free health care. Labour floated the proposal for free health care that was called the Beveridge Report. And both Conservatives and Winston Churchill, Hitler was forgotten, Second World War was forgotten, and just on the great freebie of the Beveridge Report and free health care, Winston Churchill was vanquished. Angimitra, please.
Yeah, I want to start with Kullanda. He was talking about a lot of figures. We got confused in between, where he started and where he ended. I wanted to ask Kullanda, Mr. Kulland Banerjee, what do you think about the figure of 50 crore, which was found in one of the TMC minister's girlfriend's bedroom? What do you think about that figure? I want to ask Kullanda, when you were not in the government, you were again in the opposition, every now and then, even when a crow died in the backyard, you all asked for President's rule. You all did a press conference and asked for President's rule. What about the time when Honorable Prime Minister came to help the state of West Bengal during a natural calamity, and our Honorable Chief Minister and Chief Secretary didn't even get time, and you blame the federal structure that they don't help? What do you think about the time when Honorable Chief Minister asked help from the UN regarding a state subject? Mr. Jawad Sarkar, you talk about Gherao. You haven't seen Gherao, you said, in the last 12 years. I think, sir, you have forgotten a few days back. The tiger of Bengal, today's tiger, Justice Abhijit Gangopadhyay's room was Gherao by TMC advocates. Gherao happened, sir. You talk about 2.5 lakh crore, which is pending from the central government. Sir, we manage families. In our family also, we need to do the hisab. Have you given hisab to the central government? Every state is giving hisab accounts. You don't give accounts, you don't get payment. Mrs. Sarkar was blaming something about ED. But sir, I think you know that this is a court-monitored investigation which is going on. And that is the reason why the central agencies are doing the investigation. Mr. Jawad Sarkar, you were talking about building our family. It's about some illiterates, you said. But as far as I remember, a few days back, you spoke about your family, your TMC family, where you said about the corruption that needs to be amputated. It's cancerous, and you had to face the brunt of your own party. So you better look into your family, sir. My Congress counterpart, it's good to hear from you, ma'am, about federal structure. You come from a party who has given us emergency, and every now and then, you all had declared President's rule. We remember the time when Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Mr. N.T. Ramarao, was abroad, and you all had declared, your government had declared emergency. President's rule, sorry. And to end it, Doctor, I know he's a brilliant surgeon, but Dr. Chatterjee, I think you need to get your eyes checked up, because you probably haven't been following the newspapers, that every now and then West Bengal is discovering an ISIS or an Al-Qaeda or an PFI And it is being arrested by whom? The NIA. So when you are talking and blaming the federal structure, I think you should think before what you say. That's it. Thank you.